welcome back to the channel. If you've been rocking with me, then you already know everything that's happening right now in the market, especially SPY. We called it weeks ago, all right? If you missed those breakdowns, do yourself a favor, go back and watch my personal previous videos that I dropped in the community. Those setups were lessons, straight value, and what's playing out right now. So it's exactly what you train for, because this channel is not about chasing hype. It's about mastering the mind before the move. Now, before we jump in, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next drop. Because today, I'm breaking down something that'll flip the way you see trading. We're talking about human psychology, how rookies get trapped, and how you can profit from their mistakes. So we'll be right back to those charts. I know what you came here for, right? And we tune right back in after this break. We're back. Listen, folks, have you ever felt like the markets were just watching you, right? Watching you like it knows exactly the second you sell, all right? You cut your position and boom, it reverses, all right? It feels personal, doesn't it? Like the market's trolling you a little bit, but here's the truth. It's not the market, it's you. It's human behavior magnified and reflected through price, all right? Every candle you see in front of you, every candle you see, that's emotion on display. Fear, greed, hesitation, FOMO, fear of missing out, regret, all right? They all print themselves into the chart. Every green candle screams confidence, right? And every red candle whispers fear and greed. You're literally watching the human brain in motion on this chart. And that's the key most traders miss. No indicator in the world can fix inconsistency, because inconsistency doesn't live in the market. It lives inside of you. All right. Now, take, for example, in front of you, SPY. Okay. We have this previous range breakout pullback zone. As you can see, the market whipsaw back and forth. All right. We got Trump tweeting, Jerome Powell, rate cuts. We got earnings all week. I've already discussed with you guys what to look for and the volatility to expect going into the end of this month. All right. We will be having a new month trading signal for November. So be looking out for that video in the playlist in the upcoming days. All right. Right here we have this previous range breakout zone, all right, a range of emotion. You see the range, all right, and the market and ranges act like magnets, right? They act like magnets. We've already seen this before, right? Case in point, all right, this here was a previous range. Okay, before any of this price action happened, we had a range right here. And what do you have? Buyers taking over this previous range, price broken out right here. You see, breakout, pullback right into the zone to create another trap, all right? A range of emotion, all right, and pendulum swings. And we swung all the way back up here to this previous pendulum swing, all right here. That's where we are. This has already happened, okay? So if this is a range, and this is a range here, a range of emotion, and this is a range, all right? There's a possibility that the bears could take it back down. Now, the time of this recording is 2:58, an hour before the market closed, what they call power hour. So you guys are going to be able to study and look at this video in real time to prepare yourself for upcoming moves for the rest of your life when it comes to trading, because human behavior is never going to change, but you can take advantage of it. That's why us as pros, we're going to take advantage of rookie mistakes, right? We're going to catch them slipping, all right? So right here, the bears might try to take price down, all right? So let's just say we have this move here. Okay, right here at this previous range. Remember, we have all these gaps. All these gaps are present on the market. And so it's a lot of people trying to chase price, right? We have a gap fill here at 678. We have another one down here at 674. Now, right here is the perfect moment, I think, right here, right? Before we can see any type of continuation. This yellow parallel channel here is a hidden channel, right? Rookies chase. See, they're not watching these videos like you are. No. You guys are prepared, all right? We want to catch rookies slipping right here, all right, at this previous range. The same way it happened here. See? Catch them at a range, all right? We don't pick bottoms and tops. We use technical patterns, right? Like 2 try failures, okay? Let the bears try once, let them try twice, catch that higher low. And right here is where we want to catch them slipping, right here, to catch that move back up, all right? Catch them slipping, all right? And sometimes we get those swing higher, up here to that pendulum swing. That is a target. So you want to wait for a pullback and don't chase. Currently on the 1 hour time frame, we are below the 21. So that's the setup. You guys understand? Ranges of emotion, catching it, waiting for prior swings. It's a different type of trading. Now, let's go down to the 5 minute before we move on to any other charts. Appreciate you guys watching thus far. Go ahead and smash that like button again if you've been enjoying. All right, right here on the 5 minute, okay? What you see is the same ranges of emotion on the 1 hour. Everything mimics each other. And so if the gap fills here below the volume profile, we can see a quick fill down here towards 678, 679, okay? And then for us to teeter around these same areas. Now this gap does not have to get filled, but there's a possibility that it does. And so we can see lower prices back to this other range of emotion here, right? To 671 is the ultimate target for a for a seller who's trying to catch the bottom. All right, so that's what you want to look for. Now, that's just 1 or 2 scenarios. What if we don't get that, guys? What if we don't get that, right? Because just like we have a range of emotion, okay, and pendulum swings, we have that on a micro and a macro. So that just means smaller time frame and bigger time frame. And right here on a 5 minute, right, ranges act like magnets. And right here, we do have a magnet, a range right here, top right. And you gotta want to think we have so much bull momentum. You can't be a rookie in your thinking. You gotta understand so much bull. We are in a bull market, guys. Make no mistake, all right? But you don't want to get caught slipping on the wrong side. So understanding these patterns enhances your trading skills, all right? We have a big move up, right? And a move down. You gotta be thinking that bulls might want to retest these highs before we can see some continuation down. Those highs are around 689. We have a range right here. Was a nice demand. Previously, we are right below it. So there's a high probability that we can sink for earnings. Apple has earnings coming up, so you want to watch out for those earnings. If this is your first time watching or trading or hearing about earnings, it's every 3 quarters. Each company has every 3 quarters they put out information about their earnings, how much money did they accumulate over the last 3 months, all right? Do they have any debt, right? What about the future year-over-year growth? These are the things you want to think about when it comes to earnings. So if you're not used to it, stay away, watch the show, right? And learn some things. So now that you guys got this example of what to watch for and what could happen, okay? It's all about the market waiting for someone to make the wrong mistake, all right? It's a spitting image of yourself. Now, we're going to switch over to ASST, a trade signal that I put out in the community. I think this can really drive home what I've been trying to say here for SPY, all right? So today, I opened up a paper trade, all right? Pay attention. Nothing heavy, right? Just probing the rhythm, right? Seeing what the market is going to do. Bought 40 contracts and immediately down $100, right? Not a big deal, but your brain feels it, right? That's the spark of doubt. So I cut 30 and I kept 10 of those contracts. And as soon as I did that, the market flipped straight profit, right? Went towards the upside, okay? Now, why does this always happen? Why does this feel like the market moves right after you exit? That's not coincidence, that's psychology. When you were heavy in that position, right, you were emotionally attached, tense, tuned, you understand? So every tick felt like judgment. And this is what traders miss. So tune in. When it's released, that price, when you detach from that, you saw the truth clearly right in your face. You could see the screen and the reaction to your order. You stopped distorting the data. That's when I realized, right, as a rookie, when I started trading, even until now, right, up to this day, I realized that it isn't about predicting direction. It's about reading emotion. You're not trading price, you're trading people. That's why they say, you understand? So that's why I call the paper probe technique. That's what I call the paper probe technique. It's very unique, all right? And if you're the first time hearing this, it's okay. This is something over years of experience that I've been able to hone in on that skill and really master it, all right? So now, what is the probe paper trade? What is the probe paper trade technique, all right? It's placing a fake or small trades just to feel the pulse, to sync with the market's breathing pattern. You understand? Not to prove anything, just to sense its calibration, its patience, and its control. You understand what I'm saying? All right, now wait. Hold up, all right? I know, hold your horses. If this is your first time watching this video, all right, first time, you just so happen to find me, you clicked on the video, and you said, hey, I wonder what this is about. Like, what is this about? Here's what I need you to do, all right? Click that link right there above, all right? I'm going to put that link right there above, okay? And also that link is in the description. click that video right there. Take that free video course I put together, okay? It costs you nothing. Most traders who take it, all right? Most traders who take it message me within the first week telling me that they made back what they've lost, okay? They start making money in the first couple of weeks because they finally understood what I'm teaching here. And that's because the strategy in that video is stupidly simple. You won't even believe it works until you try it. And when you do, it's gonna feel like a cheat code, all right? So go take that course, come right back here, stop the video, go back. If this is new for you, give yourself some grace, right? Check out the playlist because what's coming next is a part of the change that's needed, all right? All right, it's the change that you need, and it's everything. All right, so back to ASST. All right, now these prices here on ASST on a 5-minute, you see a different story. But what do you see here on the 1 hour? Let's clean up these charts. What do you see on the 1 hour? All right, this is a possible cup and handle. Okay, a possible cup and handle, and what do we have? All right, we have liquidity here. And we have a buy side, right? Buy side and liquidity, all right? If price can get above these thin zones here, these volume profile clusters, right? We'll have some trouble here, 30 and 40, as I mentioned to the Discord group. But if we can get above the volume profile here, all right, 150, and we clear price over 130. Once we get into this zone around 173, it's clear skies towards these thin zones to fill these gaps. Now that could be for some news, that can be from somebody buying shares or just a long-term growth. But inside the group, I inform them right with the proper stop to buy leaps, okay? If you want to join that community, that link is down below. Join the community, all right, where people are having success and learning, all right? It's not about profits. It's really about the process, all right? And that's what I wanted to let you guys know on ASST. Now, let's hop over to another chart. We have BBAI, all right, another stock that I'm in, okay? I like this stock. It seems to be moving with Palantir. It's about government contracts, AI, and defense, right? And so this stock has been popping up on my radar. I wanted to put it on you guys' radar as well, BBAI, because I like where the stock is headed. This is a 1 hour time frame. I'll also inform my group of the proper stop and the trade idea for this stock as well. All right, and so we are in this stock with our proper stops. We're watching it for certain levels to add, and that's what we're doing here. Okay, we have another type cup here. All right, another type cup. A cup and handle is a pattern that resembles a cup of coffee. You have the cup here, and you have your handle. Okay, this is the handle right here. All right, and this handle has been broken, so you can have a similar trade like we talked about on SPY. Right, breakout, pullback. Okay, breakout, pullback, okay? Right in here in this range. Remember, ranges act like magnets. This here is a range, okay? This here is a range right here, okay? Price broke from here, okay? This range held before. This price fell, held this previous range, all right? We created a higher low, all right? Here's the higher low. Okay? Okay, guys? Really not that hard, okay? Really not that hard, all right? Here is the higher low right there. Okay, you see that? You see that, guys? All right, hope that makes sense to you. Now we're gonna get over to SPY. I know what you guys been waiting for. I already gave you some light commentary in the beginning, okay? But we're gonna finish strong. We're gonna finish strong because I want you guys to understand the traps that happens all the time with rookies, okay? It's right in front of you. And I don't want you guys to miss this opportunity, all right? We already explained where price could go and why, okay? Tomorrow's OPEX Friday. It's OPEX Friday, okay? Contracts expire, and we also have Apple earnings at the market, so it's going to be really, really volatile. So like I said before, stay out of the kitchen if you're not ready, all right? Listen, when your emotions, what you see on my chart in front of you, right? The range of emotion, pendulum swings, these are real things, okay? These are real things. I want you guys to see the entire screen. These are real human behavior patterns that happen all the time. I can go back months and weeks and days and show you some of the same patterns and some of the same things that I'm telling you here. I could do that because it never changes. And the point is, you want to train your brain to see these. So when you're emotionally attached to an outcome, your brain literally alters how you process data. You can't be emotionally attached to an outcome. You're no longer seeing a chart, you're seeing your fear, your hope. You need to be right. That's why it always feels like the market moves after you exit. It's not the market changing, it's your perception clearing. All right, the pro traders, more experienced traders, we understand that the clarity and the neutrality are more valuable than confidence. All right, it's very valuable because when you're emotional, you're early. When you're neutral, you're on time. When you're overconfident, you're already late. Man, this is a feedback loop. All right. So let's talk SPY. Today's playground was for the rookie mistakes. All right, I watch it happen live. People jumping in early, no risk to find, chasing one green candle like it's destiny, then reversal, trap, the panic, the exit, the regret. These all happen. This is resonate for you. Smash the like button. All right, I really understand how this works. And this is going to help you whether you're beginner or intermediate on down the line. If you play it back, all right, to replay these words as you find growth and you understand how trading has happened through your journey, this video will be more valuable. So come back again and give yourself some grace if this is too much, all right? But to continue, all right, that's the rookie trap, all right? And it's not random, it's engineered. Big players know how emotion moves volume. They bait you with strength, and then we take out your liquidity on the reversal. Remember the buy side liquidity? All right, you're not losing to price, you're losing to psychology. Their patience versus your impulse. Don't fight it, time it. Don't chase emotion, trap emotion. Catch rookies slipping with these same chart patterns, understanding where they could get caught at. Previous ranges, higher low patterns, okay, right? These are simple things. Once you learn that, you start seeing A+ setups in human behavior itself. You understand? Listen, your system cannot save you from yourself, but your method will tell you a lot of things, but your method won't force discipline. That's what you guys got to understand. Your method will not force discipline. It won't make you take losses or stop hesitating. That's on you. That's why traders chase indicators. All right. It's not that the method is failing. The method is not failing. It's the mind not matching the method. Every flaw gets exposed. If you're greedy, the market tempts you. If you're fearful, it paralyzes you. If you're arrogant, it humbles you. When I cut those ASST contracts, I wasn't wrong. I was human. And that moment reminded me my peace is worth more than my position. So trade from peace, not from pressure. That's consistency. All right. What you guys are dealing with is the inner war. That's right. The inner war. The market isn't just a mirror. It's a magnifier. Whatever's inside you gets amplified in price. If you can't control yourself, the market will do it for you. All right, it charges interest as well. So you're going to get kicked in the butt and then some. That's why the real game isn't technical. It's internal. When you breathe, you buy clarity. When you predefine risk, you buy freedom. And when your mind's still, you finally hear the rhythm. Your consistency doesn't come from strategy. It comes from your identity. Because until you become the trader who can execute without hesitation, no system in the world will save you. All right? I want you guys to learn how to turn your pain into power. That's right. Turn your pain into power with the unique trading group where strategy meets mindset and discipline turns into income. That's why I'm here for you guys. For those who are watching, who are new, who are beginners, I'm here for you. I want to see your advance and I want to grow with you guys. So I really do appreciate you watching the channel and taking out the time to receive some value in return for you clicking on this video. All right? Now, I want you guys to think about something. All right, look at this chart. Let's go back to the chart. As I talk to you, I want you to think about this range of emotion. Right now, SPY is at 682.44. All right, we got 45 minutes before the market is closed. Okay, price is still dangling right here. We have expiration contracts going out tomorrow. People who think they're going to win on puts, they're overly hedging, right? Buying at the wrong time. All right, and what else do you have in front of you? The PCE, the put call ratio. All right, what is that saying? Is a lot of people buying puts or calls right now? Is it the contrarian view? Because this is at an extreme, and there's no telling what could happen with Apple earnings and any type of tweet from Trump or surprise news on the geopolitical side. So I want you to watch this chart as I'm talking to you about this. All right, we're on a smaller micro time frame right now. Right, seems like that gap wants to get filled. We are at 681 right now on the SPY. Remember we talked about that 10 minutes ago, about how that gap right here wants to get filled once we breach that price. And you kind of getting that right now. So could we wake up to 679 and to fill these gaps, only time will tell, but you guys can see it in real time. That's the reason why it's good for you to watch these videos before market close and get some gain for the future. You get a double-edged sword. That's the whole importance. Now, as you see this chart, and you see everything as far as the ranges, you see the gaps, you see where price left from, you see that it's retracing here, somebody taking some profits from these swings, right? Every loss you ever taken is tuition. Every blown account, a class. Every hesitation, a lesson in patience. The market wasn't punishing you guys. It was training you, just like now, watching these videos. Okay? You already paid for that knowledge. Now it's time to make it pay you back. Next time you think the market flipped on you, remember it didn't change, you did. Let me say that again. Next time you think the market flipped on you, remember it did not change, you did. When you start realizing that, you will stop forcing outcomes. Focus on the process and define your entry, your risk, and your exit by understanding where price reacts the most. Previous ranges. When you trade the way that I'm teaching you to trade, you'll be in the flow with the trade, taking your profit and creating these patterns. These patterns are being created from people who decided to buy that higher low, right? Or to buy above the 21 at this range breakout. Taking that profit here at the volume profile cluster where there's a lot of supply. Okay? Weak supply here, all right? Okay? Listen, this video is for the person who wants to master human psychology, all right? That's what it's for. I want you guys to comment your last rookie mistake below. Please do me that favor, all right? Comment your last rookie mistake below. Subscribe, share, and come back for the next episode, all right? Be sure to check out the Discipline Files, Part 6 that is coming. And also, over the weekend, the OPEX SPY Insider League video that I have for you, all right? That's very important to say. And remember, this video prepared you, just to give you a recap, all right? I want you to catch rookies slipping inside of this pendulum swing, all right? Ranges act like magnets. So don't be surprised if we get a flush down here. Don't be surprised. But don't be surprised if there's some rookies chasing, thinking that we're in a bear market when we have this big move up, right? And may overload on puts just for the market to whip back upside. And in the morning time, we could wake up and price could retrace here and bounce. It could bounce towards the upside to retest some of these highs. I want you to remember that, okay? We have buy side liquidity. So where's your best risk to reward? Is your best risk to reward taking a chance buying now, all right, for the rest of the day and waiting for a swing to volatility for tomorrow? Or is it sitting to the sidelines, not catching those puts? It's a very hard decision to make, but we have one day. And if you've already made money, don't give your money back, right? But wait till the end of the day where nothing else can happen. And what's the most probabilistic thing? Gap fill and go, right? A gap fill and go would mean what? The price is coming down to fill these prior gaps. Gap fill and go. Continuously down here, right? Gap fill and go. Into this range of emotion here, guys. Into this range of emotion, all right? Or could we get what? Could we get a gap fill and reversal? What would that look like, all right? Come down here, fill the gap, like we talked about, right? This one, either this pivot area here of this range of emotion, or this top of the gap fill right here at this area right here. This is the area I'm talking about, all right? A gap fill and reversal would come down and reverse back towards the upside, creating possible head and shoulders inverse, right? Inverse head and shoulders, or creating a possible double bottom. Let the bears try once, let them try twice, okay? It's a scenario. I like the best probability for down here, or I like swinging calls if we can get above the 21 on a macro smaller time frame before the market close, just to take profits at open because of this swing up here where we get to trap in the bulls right up here, catching that volatility into open, swinging overnight, catching that volatility. Now, these are the scenarios, guys, and I hope you have enjoyed the video thus far. Before we leave, I want you guys to check out these channels here, all right? I prepared everyone for these moves, week after week, all right, day after day, letting you guys know. So check out the channel here, the Market Melt Up, all right, could pay you really big this week. Don't chase price. Do this instead, all right? Go back and check out some of these videos and also the discipline files if you're new. This will catch you up to speed on a market psychology, give you a learning curve, all right? That's very important. Now, and also, before we get away, I wanted you guys to hear something from Mark Douglas before we end it, okay? Here we go.
You know, with trading, we may have a technical method telling us what to do and giving us the potential to generate consistent results. But like the basketball player, without developing the appropriate mental skills, it's unlikely we'll be able to do what our method, our trading plan is indicating without making a number of potential execution errors. In other words, to stay positively focused on the process of trading by doing exactly what we need to do, when we need to do it, without hesitation, reservation, or fear.
Okay. That's interesting.
So you see, no matter how good a technical method is at generating winning trades, turning those winners into a consistent income requires the ability to do or not do some things that the method itself can't help us with. For example, our method can't force us to predefine the risk of getting into a trade. Or if we do predefine the risk, our method can't force us to take the loss that ends up turning into a bigger loss.
Right.
And you know, that's happened to everybody, okay? Our method can't prevent us from moving a stop closer to our entry point where we get stopped out and the market trades back in our favor. Our method can't prevent us from hesitating and getting in too late. Or our method can't stop us from jumping the gun and getting in too soon, where the signal to actually get in never really develops. And our method can't stop us from getting out of a winning trade too soon and leave money on the table. Nor can it prevent us from letting a winning trade turn into a losing trade without having taken any profit.
I know that.
Very interesting, I would say. Very interesting, I would say. Okay? Play that back, guys, if you need to. And remember, listen, if you're busy, you're new, a little skeptical about trading stocks, you're exactly who I help. All right? If you're ready to stop guessing and start trading with purpose, welcome to a future-forward approach to options market built on precision, confidence, and a 3-step system designed to help you read the market like a book before it's even written. Thank you guys for your time. Thanks for watching. All right? Until the next time, guys, remember, it's about the process and not the profits. All right? Thank you guys for your time. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.